Hello, trading has closed on the 22nd of August, 2013. I'm Jeffrey Tennant, and I'm going to try to predict tomorrow's stock market. The first thing I would like to do is to discuss why I did not make a call yesterday. As you recall, at the end of trading, there was a huge collapse. If you go to the futures trading, you will see we had a wall-like decline on huge volume, no attempts at recovery at all, and after the close, we undercut the low of the day. It would seem to be a pretty obvious call that the drop would continue. When the market was around here, I didn't call for an additional drop. Let's discuss why. First of all, this is a hallmark of panic selling. There were no attempts at recovery at all. Let's recall that the American stock market is heavily dominated by institutions. Institutions are not going to sell at any price, especially at the end of the day when there are fewer people to take the other side of the trade. If the institutions aren't selling, it has to be the public who is. And the one who has to take the other side of the trade is the specialist. And the specialist is going to choose to buy at a price where he's pretty confident he'll make his money back and more pretty quickly. If you go to my first book, the MEJT system, and go to the last chart of the first chapter, you will see a picture very similar to this one. A wall, just a waterfall decline into the close, and the system had an unfilled target at a higher price, and the system said prices would go up. Well, if I'm so smart, why didn't I call for this rally? Why did I refuse to make any call? Two reasons. One, the preferred time frame for the 1658.44 plus target had already passed. I said there was a 99% chance the price would print, but it didn't have to print today. The other, and there's one other reason too, we are in a market environment where all higher price targets have a greater risk of failure. I didn't feel the risk was worth it at the time, but I certainly didn't feel it was worth playing along with the sky is falling picture, which this looks like. Well, that's why I didn't call anything yesterday, but I am going to call something today. First of all, we had a target, which hit. Ta-da! The system said there is resistance over the target. Early in the day, the system called right here for higher prices, but it does say this rally was a false move. It won't stick, and it looks for 1653.40 minus and optionally 1650.67 minus. Optional targets almost always print. They don't have to print, but they almost always print. I'd be surprised if this one did not print. And although it isn't part of the MEJT system, I think we won't have to wait a long time for that gap to be filled and for that low to be undercut. That's the call. Let's see if it works.